I remember to unmute myself this time. I always do the intro muted every single day. What is up, everybody? We got the Christmas Eve episode. Gordon, we got to talk about the naming of this episode. I don't even know what you did.
I'll get into
we
it.
got
right?
Scurvy.
Yeah,
All right, yeah, I'm gonna have to ask you for the explanation here. But before we get carried away and do our typical banter, we have another guest on the show. Only, thank you for joining us. Only Black Smoke, absolute priest pumper. Here taking a, well, I don't know, you're tough to book these days with the leveling
Very
schedule
tough.
that you're on, so thank you for taking some time out of the schedule to come chat with us. And
Of course, how could you say no to Christmas with the boys, you know?
Let's go. Yo, I'm out here looking like Shaggy, and you guys are all just lined up, all right? We got Black Smoke shaving, fresh cut on Les.
Typically I come in here looking like an absolute degenerate every day, so I'm sorry if I lose some relatability.
It's what's
now,
on the inside that matters, okay?
Hey, you got to appeal to the family, you know?
Yeah.
What can we blame you for?
I think after, as our second character is near 60, I think my family was starting to get a little concerned, so I got a haircut.
It's not like Saw's been out for a year, it's only been a month.
I'm saying.
All right. So, getting into the title, how do you prevent scurvy?
You eat fruit.
You got it, most. I believe in you.
Don't you eat fruit?
Yeah, you gotta eat a lot of fruit. And
There you go. You got to eat a lot of oranges.
we lost a lot of oranges, bro. There's an orange
Oh
shortage.
my gosh! Okay. Oh,
Yes.
it's genius.
Yes. So.
Wow, that has layers. That's like an ogre. Ogres have
There
layers.
we go.
I'm pretty proud of the title. I thought of it like 5 minutes ago. But yeah, we lost like half our guild's druids yesterday, you guys. We lost one of every single spec druid, which was damn near
Well,
half.
you say half, but
It's
it was
damn
only
near half.
3.
Okay, but like half the druids at the guild are...
Three is still a lot in the
Half the
hardcore
druids are dead in the
context.
guild, though. You have Mouse who died. He's still in the guild.
Imagine if we lost 12 mages.
True. But yeah, we'll be going over all the clips and stuff. We lost the Feral, we lost the Resto, and we lost the only boomkin to my knowledge was Swag. So a lot of deaths, and we also lost the priest who's Soltix, right?
Mhm.
As Les
Wait.
chugging back.
So it was empty.
Soltix was like
almost
two
empty.
days ago, though, I think.
Here's the thing about Soltix. I don't even know if Soltix wants anyone to know this because they're very quiet about it.
Yeah,
I'm
you're just gonna-
a massive Hearthstone nerd. And Soltix is a former very high level professional Hearthstone player. Former top 5 in the world, esports career Andy. Probably still just kicking it off that level of esports success, which is pretty cool that they came and played Psalm with us. But I was disappointed to find that I wasn't the best Hearthstone player in the guild. I really thought I had that on lock, and then no, I'm not.
Maybe
So
next year.
maybe next Psalm I'll be the best Hearthstone player in the guild. But yeah, shout out Soltix. Sounds like they're going again as well.
Nice.
You can't beat the mental fortitude of a Hearthstone player. Let's put it that way. So you'll go again.
True.
I think you mean the fortitude of a priest player.
Oh,
True.
Layers again. You guys are good. Yeah. All right. Do we just want to get into the juicy nitty gritty and show some death clips now? And then
Get into some of the
break
clips.
them
Yeah,
down.
I mean, only literally was on Fs last night, so you can just kick back. We'll just tell you which
but
one it was.
These
and you
are,
can
no,
just
these
give
are
the copy
fresh.
paste
sure.
though.
response.
Well, hey, I mean, last night we didn't even get to that.
I was gonna say, they didn't even get to go
It
over
was a
these.
50 plus only episode, and we more deaths at 60 happened after we were done. More were happening while we were live.
All right, here we go. We're on the
This is a spicy one.
Azeroth obituaries. All right, this was literally yesterday, midday. Liz and I actually woke up on time to go here, but they were full, so we weren't in the raid, and
Could have been you,
it
Gordon.
could have been me. Power Gum covering all of the interface with his character.
Own
There it is.
character.
There it is.
Dead.
What?
Oh my
Instantaneously
God.
dead.
Stay focused.
And if you guys want to hear comms, obviously you have to pull up
Wow.
the stream.
Hey, how
But
did that
it's
happen?
basically just him saying, "What? Oh my god!" And oh my god, I'm bad streamer. I fat fingered.
Someone just
We're back.
died.
Second on front.
So yeah, they're pulling giants, you guys, which have a AOE stun. They're going down to Baron Geddon. They're playing that little side cave, I guess you could say it.
I actually
And these
don't
guys
care about
stunned,
this.
which the tanks normally always fab for this. And Aid was second on threat when they got
Oh my
stunned,
God.
and they weren't fabbed.
Stay focused.
And he got bopped. Well, not.
Wow.
He didn't get
Wait, how
bopped.
did
He
that
got bopped
happen?
in game.
Someone
but
just
not by
died.
Valley.
Second on front.
He got bopped
He
by
was
Giant.
not watching thread.
So
So there's only a couple things I want to talk about in this
yeah, we don't
death
need to go
clip.
over it.
Only you can talk about whatever you want to talk about as well. I don't want to feel like I'm leading the conversation here, but there's a lot to go over here, and you can really min-max this. We had people going over raid logs in the Elite Discord, basically saying like, "Well, since it parry hasted 5 pets, blah 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 blah." blah.
Oh
Bottom
my
line,
God.
don't pull threat. Second thing, I absolutely love the way Ampi carries himself for the next couple minutes here
I actually don't care.
after a death. Because everyone kind of panics for a second, and instead of like instilling fear into everyone, Ampi just goes, "Yeah, well, you played pretty bad there, so now they're
Someone just
dead.
died.
Second on
Don't
front.
play bad."
Don't pull threat.
Yeah, like don't pull threat, don't play bad. We continue. Like literally 10 seconds later, they were like, "All right, let's keep going." And like that has to be the mentality through the rest of MC, because and I'm actually on board with, I think we should highly recommend that people turn the death notifications off for like a Magmadar attempt. Because if you see one pop up and you're the kind of person that freezes and you freeze in fire, you're the next one, right? So
Wow.
You should just not have it on in
Someone just died.
the
Second
raid.
on front.
yeah, that's what I'm
You
saying.
can
Like,
disable alerts, yeah.
yeah, you can just disable alerts. We can have the add-on on, but you can just disable the alerts. And I
heard
think
there's also
that-
talks that the
A
add-on
feral
might cause
druid just
lag.
died. He
don't
pulled
know.
thread on a.
Yeah, I mean, once we're in MC, if we're all verified, we don't necessarily have it on, but
Yeah.
still, I do think there's a good argument, especially after what happened, because the notification is what scared people the most. I mean, they would have saw that Aid was dead, but I think the notification is like, imagine getting the notification during a fight and then 3 more pop up. You're gonna start. I don't care how cold-blooded you are, that is going to rattle you a little bit, right?
And
Well, I mean, especially if like you've been at 60 for a while.
Wow.
I noticed this for the first time when I was in a UBRS, and somebody had a weak aura that would like give out a raid warning if one of their taunts failed. So like suddenly I got the big like loud ping with something in the middle of my screen,
yeah,
and granted it just said, mocking blow has been resisted or something.
yeah.
Wow.
But I still like shook. I was like, wait,
Someone
who
just died.
died?
Second on front.
If you get distracted by that or you're gonna freeze up by that, that's the end of you.
The big thing too is
I couldn't agree more, Lesmos. That was a very good call by Hoppy just to move on.
you
Yep.
wanna like when that pops up too.
Wow.
You always wanna like read the name, the class, and like where they died at. So like that takes away a second, 2 seconds of maybe a healer healing someone and preventing another death, something
Wow.
like that.
Wait, how did that happen?
So yeah, I think
Someone just died.
100% we
Second on front.
take the add-on
He
off.
was not watching thread.
But yeah, that's the only way a feral druid can die in Molten Core. Obviously, unless like a raid wipes, but on trash, if your opener crits, you crit a shred, you crit a bite, and then a tank gets either blinded by a core hound or stunned, you're done. So rest in
We
peace.
we learned from this clip that our raid leader is absolutely stone cold blooded and
Yep.
will
Yep.
continue forward no matter what. And that's important. I'd rather go into battle with this. All right, this one, buckle up.
Yep.
All right.
There-
Only, have you seen this yet?
No, I haven't.
we
All
talked
right.
about it.
I
talked
learned about it
last
from
night.
you two last night,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, we talked about it, so watch it. It is unreal.
Oh lord, here we go. So they're doing 4-man BRD arena runs, which is fine. Oh, I didn't realize how early Burning ran there actually. And they're skipping the first 2 elites jet because they don't want to do them.
And this is from Zidane's
Point of view. Yes.
point of view. Oh, yeah. And to be clear, I think a very important thing is that they are doing this without being in Discord comms.
True.
Yep.
Good point. And we turn around, and the whole dungeon's coming at you. Not even the whole dungeon. This honestly isn't even that bad of a. Oh, never mind.
It's
It
bro, that's
gets
a
worse.
lot of mobs.
It gets worse.
Especially
I didn't
only
see
is
Well, that's a
only,
lot of dogs.
only is
know?
arcane power as well, or not only for burning is arcane power as well. So
Yeah.
you don't have
Yeah,
imp Blizz, you don't have
Blizz,
anything.
Mhm.
Burning played this better than I've ever seen anyone play this.
But he goes straight to the reset.
Sorry.
Wait, he actually didn't even need a Light of Loon Hearth then, unless he was in the wrong reset spot.
Nah, he's gone. He didn't have to light up Lunarth at all. He just did.
I'm surprised Zidane gets out of here.
Zidane never dies.
I'm really surprised that the entire team didn't make the call just to run straight through to the reset spot.
That's what I was saying too as well. My God, he almost died.
It's
running
really
down.
unfortunate. I mean, losing 2 players.
Can you go back to when the mobs all pull?
Yeah, well,
Because I'm pretty sure you can see burning corner of the screen just dip immediately.
We're gonna
Which
break
to
this
be
down.
no knock on them. This is like that's a.
I mean, that should have been the
call.
play.
Yeah,
it's
that's
just a shame that it
fantastic
wasn't
call.
communicated to everyone else.
Yeah.
So they're skipping these first 2 polls by doing some Dire Maul tribute, gameplay here by pulling the pet, sending the pet back to the entrance. You run past the mobs. The hunter resets aggro by feign deathing and calling his pet back. But the issue here is Burning runs right next to the mobs before they get to the entrance, which gives them local threat of just being in an instance next to a mob. And therefore, when the hunter feign deaths, the mobs all turn to Burning. And since they're trying to skip all of these mobs, the mobs just run straight through the center of the room here and chain pull everything. So,
And the only communication we have on any of this is the party chat at the beginning where it goes, we can skip the first group, Burning, just stay with Lol Speak. And that's it. That's all they know about any of this poll.
yeah, this is their first attempt at Arena, so they haven't.
Well, no.
Well, with this group, I mean.
Zidane has done it hundreds of times up to this point.
Burning's literally a full Abyss mage, but with this 4 set, this is their first of 5 potential runs. There you go. We're turning around. Let's see Burning's reaction here. Yeah, homeboy, he's trying to kite a little bit.
Nope.
Oh, he gets netted, bro. Insta blink. And he's in the room. He's gone already. Maybe he did have to light a limb because he didn't get to the reset spot in time.
He didn't take any damage, nah. Maybe
You know
he
what?
did.
No, he's
but
literally hearthing right now because he's not on the reset spot right here.
Yeah.
Look
Insta
how-
light of Lunar
Yeah,
Hearth
like
then,
right
yeah.
there, he's casting Hearth already.
Mhm.
And then what gets Lawspeak just gets crushed. Like that is
Yeah, Lawspeak
that's
is just
mad
dead.
unfortunate. But Swag actually gets killed here because of Zidane. You can see gets netted, breaks the net, pops sprint.
Swag is out, right?
Right here, he is out.
Yeah, Swag's out.
He's got dash up and
Cheetah.
nothing's hitting him, and he gets the longest auto attack I've ever seen in my life by this hound, and gets dazed because Pack is on. Look at what is this auto attack range? And he dies because of aspect of the Pack.
Well,
That's a
wouldn't
shame.
you kind of assume if you're Zidane there, all right, this druid is even with me, I'm not getting hit, let's pack, like just to help the homies.
I don't know.
Yeah, I
he
mean,
has-
like,
he has dash on him, like dash. is
yeah,
faster
Pack's
than
not going to do anything during that bid. I mean, it's a shame that Zidane didn't use
Yeah.
Cheetah, I guess, but I don't know. It's like you said, Gordon. That was the longest auto attack I've seen
Yeah, that was kind of
in a minute. I don't blame him for not seeing it coming.
I mean, that's really not even the point of this clip, I think.
But yeah.
Like, I feel like we always do that with death clips. We break down, like, the micro science of how someone died, but it's like, dude, we just should have killed 248 elites and
Yeah.
went on with our day. Like,
Yeah. At the end of the day, they skipped mobs. They didn't know where the reset spot was. They weren't in comms to have a plan.
he's out right there, man.
And that, dude, this is the thing. It's like hardcore, and I've said this from the beginning, and it is a test of patience. That's all it is. How patient are you? Like, any player, not any player, but actually, I'll go as far to say any player that's hit level 60 before in WoW could get a hardcore level 60 if they have a high enough level of patience. You can kill green mobs and get there entirely, and it's not hard,
Yeah, just
right?
Turtles from level 45.
Yeah, you could if you wanted to do that. So, you know, we see people in chat right now saying like, "Oh, I love how it's all skipping packs and stuff." It's like, yeah, that's the challenge sometimes, is not to skip them. Like, it's mentally draining to like,
You're
know,
just
that's
so
less-
focused on that SGC.
yeah.
Have you guys seen the guild chat when this is happening?
No.
Lawspeak Zidane in all caps after he's dead, burning. I'm fine. I lateral in hard.
And this is the difference between
Oh shit.
Lolspeak and Swag here is Lolspeak is all capsing Zidane, what did you do? And Swag is in the Discord saying, you know what? We all signed up for this. It happens. Bad decision. Let's move on kind of deal. And I do think, like, it's easy enough to say like, oh, Zidane, your plan failed and we all died. F you, Zidane. But there's 4 people in this comms. There should be 4 people in this comms. There's no one in this comms. That's the group's fault. There's 4 people in this party that all signed up to do this. So I don't consent is poggers. That's all I'm saying. Like, let's put it on a shirt. Let's run with it. Like, that was a great idea on F's yesterday. Like, it's everyone consented to this.
Why did they fight this 2-pack here? I'm actually curious.
They can't skip it without Mind Soothe.
But why don't they just run into the reset spot if they're playing on?
And I think that is either like the moment of panic or the lack of game knowledge.
Yeah.
I have personally been surprised at how many people don't know about the reset spot when they get to level 60 on hardcore characters.
I guarantee this group definitely knew. Zidane and Burning knew because Burning is the information overload guy in dungeons. He speaks on every poll, which is not bad, but Swag probably knows it because he's done arena runs. I don't know about Law Speak. Can't speak for Law Speak. All right, we're bringing it back to the cam section, boys. Only, you said you had a clip for us? Or do we not want to watch it? You said, let me...
Oh, no. It wasn't a death clip. It was something... Yeah, it was just a random numbered clip for Lesmos per our conversation last night.
Oh, yeah, the poll... Or the...
Oh, the
comms.
comms?
Yeah.
The poll that got way too big.
I got nothing to do.
Yeah, we can watch it if you want.
I'd have to finish it, to be honest.
Okay, never mind that.
Yeah.
So... where are we at? How are we looking after yesterday? People, like, I logged in my main and people just told me to get off because druids were dropping their flags.
That was so funny.
It was kind of funny, I'm not going to lie. But,
I mean, yeah.
Like, where do we go from here?
I've just realized, I realized it this morning as I laid in bed and I woke up at noon, as we do now. And I thought about hardcore WoW, which is also what I do now. That playing hardcore is a lot like playing high level arenas, where it's like if you don't have a pre-made group that you like to play with at 60, you're probably not going to get much done anymore. Just with the level of, like, how in hardcore arenas, like high level arenas, people don't want to play with the people they don't know because they don't want to risk like losing rank and then having to take more time to fill it up. This is like an exacerbated version of that, where it's like, okay, now we need to literally start over if I don't trust people anymore. So I do feel for some of the fresh 60s that are trying to garner that trust, like, get people to trust them again. But at the same time, I think it's really tough to blame anyone for not playing. And I think we're at the point where it's the consensus of not playing has definitely won the battle. Only has devolved into a molten
I was gonna say, I'm trying to reset
lava lamp here.
I have?
Yeah, your camera is just straight up lava lamp. It's only on Discord,
it's
though.
only on Discord, though.
Oh, weird.
Interesting. I'll get rid of it and we'll go again.
Look at his screen share.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I see. I'm trying to fix it while you guys are talking. Oh,
Yo, I'm out of the matrix here. There we go. Oh, now I'm just gone.
Now he's gone. Now they're gone. Now they're gone.
No!
No!
Bring him back right now.
No!
Get him in here. There it is.
Return me from the void.
They are back.
Save. Sorry.
But
yeah,
I do think that's that's probably the most realistic topic to talk about, which I feel like we talk about a lot, but I don't know. It's the meta is evolving, and I feel like, what can you do if you are a fresh 60, right? That doesn't have that group already kind of planned. Like, only if when you hit 60, you got the squad with you. Like, we already know this. Me and Gordon, if our alts hit 60, like, a lot of alts are going to be hitting 60 at the same time. We'll all play together. We'll probably get dungeons together as well. If you're a new 60, you can't necessarily do... Because even when you saw, like, Grace for Days streaming and be like, oh, they all had groups all the time. They always had a group. Like, those groups were all planned, like, the night before via Discord. Like, I promise you, right? Yeah. Like, they reached out and said, hey, tomorrow we should do Lubers, BRD, and Ubers, right? Like, let's get 10 on. Like, who can we get? Blah, 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 blah. And, like, you can't just log on and be like, hey, looking for group Lubers and expect a group. Like, and don't get me wrong, I still need my pants from Lubers, so every once in a while I'll log on and be like, hey, looking for group Lubers, let's see what's going on. But I'm not going to get mad. I'm just going to play my alt, right?
Well, especially if you're trying to get a group of 10 people together.
Exactly.
I imagine you have to exercise a lot of patience.
Yeah.
And I think this is a recipe of how you hold yourself while leveling. While leveling, every single dungeon, like, I did dungeons with anybody, didn't scout the group or anything. If I like that person's play, even in Wailing Caverns, I had 3 people on my friends list. I was like, make it to 60, we're playing together.
Yeah.
And one of them was Vex, the paladin, who's healing, who's like a Biz paladin healer. I do dungeons with Vex because I knew he was good from when we played Wailing Caverns together. I had a warrior, Any, and it's still, I think I did Dead Mines with them.
Yep.
I grouped with them. So, like, there's ways to have those connections while leveling up. And if you guys all make it to 60, you already know this guy's a homie. There you go. I have a tank, I have a healer that I trust already. And if you have 3 out of 5 already in the dungeon, it's pretty easy to pick up those other 2 people, in my opinion, in the guild. So there's ways to make it not as difficult to find groups as a fresh 60, in my opinion.
I mean, you have to
couldn't
think of
agree more, Gordon. Oh, go ahead, Lismos.
No, yeah, I mean, you guys also play hybrid classes. So I do think it's slightly... I 100% agree with what you're all saying. I just have to kind of come out and be like, DPS Andes, like, we're harder to bring to group. I mean, I'm a mage, so, like, I'm, like, the most desirable DPS still. But I imagine it being, like, a rogue or a hunter, being difficult to find things. But you still, like, if you utilize the resources that you two just spoke about, you're going to find a group. You just need to be patient. You need to plan it. You need to say, hey, I'm on at 8 p.m. EST tomorrow, like, and literally spend time at work probably, like, on Discord, like, organizing these things to try and get the group ready to go. You just need to be, resourceful and utilize the friend groups that you have, and
it's like meeting up.
Don't be shy, right? I think don't be shy. Like, hey, gang, good BRD. Do you guys want to do Ubers tomorrow at whatever? We'll try and find 5 more people, and you just have to utilize those resources, because that's what the first wave of 60s all did, and that's why basically they're turning around and saying, hey, I did this when I grew up. You need to do it too. We used to walk up to school. That's what the first wave of 60s sound like right now. We walked to school uphill both ways. No one to help us. You do it too, and it's kind of true.
And I do think that, like, this kind of change in meta that we're talking about is something where I've gotten to have a really interesting perspective, having died at 60, like gearing up with that first round, and then leveling up with people who are now reaching 60. Like, there are tanks and DPS who I played with on my first trip up to 60 who have dinged 60 in the last 7 days, and I know are still looking for groups. There are people who I am, like, leveling up, planning Sunken Temple, planning BRD with, who I'm very excited to continue dungeoning with at 60. So I think that, exactly like you said, Gordon, like, keeping notes while you're leveling up on, like, who you are excited to actually do dungeons with at 60 is huge. Adding them on Discord so that you can message them, adding them in games so that you can see when they're online, whatever you want to do, however you can do it. It'll really set you up to make sure that you can actually be proactive about it. Yeah. Because I think, as Lesamos probably knows more than anyone else, like, when you get to those pieces of gear that you need from 10-man LBRS, from 10-man UBRS, even from, like, harder dungeons like Dire Maul North or Dire Maul West, if you aren't coordinating in advance, you're going to be logging in every day and asking the same question and getting 2-3 people, all DPS, responding, and that's going to be it for a while.
Yeah. So just build those notes up, chat. Make those connections. Treat it like you're in school. Like, want to compare notes, and your notes in this case is your biz list of what everyone needs, because you'll go through one, BRD Emperor run, get everybody their pre-biz, and then they're like, okay, where does everyone have to go next? Oh, I need UBRS. Okay, let's go do UBRS for you, and you help me out, scratch my back, I scratch yours, stuff. And bada bing, bada boom, you got a little niche of friends within the guild. Granted, you can have anybody join at any point, but it's honestly as hard as you make it. And that's all.
It's also the most efficient way to do things, right? Like, if you find a group of 4 people that are all down to run dungeons with you, and you run pretty much every dungeon until everyone in that group has their pre-bis, that group is going to play better because you've played with them the most. You trust everyone in your group. I think that is a very interesting way to look at this the next time around, because I don't think this is the first time I don't think this is the only time we're gonna be playing endgame hardcore.
Heck no.
No.
So I think learning from this and saying, like, it is gonna probably break up into groups of 5 and it'd be a little bit clicky, and I think that's just gonna be understandable. because you want to play with people that you trust, and I think that's probably the best way to do things moving forward. Is like, and I mean, we kind of did that naturally. Gordon, how many BRDs did I do with you? Like so many, I feel like.
We don't need to talk about it.
So
I wish we did do that many.
Yeah, right. And we'll be back when only is at 60. I'm telling you, I'm doing it. I'll be there.
Whenever that happens.
Like next week.
Yeah, you said Thursday, so let's make it happen.
True. Yeah, it'll be this Thursday.
You heard it here, chat. Thursday. Only version 2.0. All right. So there's the leveling process. Where do we go in Molten Core? We have Trash Farm again, right? We have one more Trash Farm.
The next progression is January 2nd, it seems
and
like.
we're doing 4 bosses. Can someone explain?
Yeah, you're pulling in Magmadar and Gar.
Why are we doing Mag? I understand Gar, but why Mag?
Well, so I was talking with Duranosaur actually about this because I was under the false impression that you needed 3 trank shots to get a full rotation.
That's what I would want.
And he said technically you only need 2.
You only need 2, yeah.
I still think having 3 is important in case somebody's late or dies or it's somehow resisted.
That's what I said.
I really didn't expect us to go for Gar until the 3rd week of bosses.
I thought we could have done Gar week 1. I'm not even gonna cap. I think Gar's mad easy. We lost 1 person on the beta, but we also had like 8 warlocks. So do we have 8 warlocks in the guild?
We will. The warlock roster. The warlocks are going to be out in abundance on Gar. Like if you're a warlock with any gear, like that's what I love about this. It's like even if for some reason I'm not in the later bosses XYZ, say I'm like the 6th mage and I'm not in the cut for all the other bosses, I'm gonna be in for Lucy Gehenna's, right? And I love that. I love that like we're gonna have warlocks that are only in for Gar, right?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe feels bad for them, but also like that's their position on the team. They're the
but I mean, it's like
right?
it's a raid accomplishment. It's not an individual accomplishment.
Exactly. I have no qualms. I've said this to Gordon before. I have no qualms about being the person pressing Frostbolt when Rag dies. As long as someone's pressing Frostbolt when Rag dies, and I helped at all, I did this still. Yeah. In my opinion.
Like people have been asking me quite a lot over the past maybe like month. I am playing Priest, and I'm curious, like, am I going to have to go Holy at 60, or is there any room for a Shadow Priest? And I've told them, like, probably not the whole time, but if you're looking at a fight like Gar, if you're looking at the trash between Geddon and Sulfuron, like, perfect opportunities for a Shadow Priest to be in play. Just because we're going to have so many Warlocks in the group. So why not bring one in?
Only people who are going to see every boss are tanks and healers.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much.
and that's if they don't die.
Yeah, true. I'm hoping I get subbed out on Shaz. I don't even want to do that fight as a melee because...
Gordon, I'm hoping that I get subbed out on Shaz.
Shaz is the only boss I'm scared of, and I don't want to do it. Like, granted, I do want to try to go for, like, all 100 parses. That'd be kind of sick, but I also don't want to eat the floor. So, if I get subbed out, I'm not going to try to, like, rebuttal my way back into the raid because it's honestly probably a good thing that we don't have, 8 melee for Shaz. I think 8 melee is okay for Baron. Les is of the other opinion, and I think you are too, only there. But like, I'm not gonna fight Ampi and say like, no, you can't kick me out there. Like, it's not my spot to have anyways. Like whatever's best for the core is what's best for the core.
And the thing is too, and maybe this is just implicit trust in my leadership, which is probably a good thing to a certain extent. If we're pulling Mag, I think the plan is that we can kill it without anyone dying. Like, I don't think we're putting characters at risk at this point. Like, if Ampi and the powers that be and the brain trusts come together and say, this is how we're going to pull Mag, we can do it, here's the people. I mean, I think our most limited resource right now is human capital. Like, how many good players are still alive by the time the plan needs to be executed? Gordon, do you have something to say? I saw you doing
hand motions. I was telling him I got 20 minutes and I'll be upstairs. We're doing Christmas early.
Okay, yeah. I'm sorry, I don't mean to hold you up.
No.
And like, something that I will say about Mag, like, you are 100% right, Lesmos. Like, I remember in the week or so coming up on the first Lucy and Gehenna kills, like, there was so much discussion about them, like, looking at 5 different, raid videos of multi-life raids doing this kill, like, comparing their strategies, writing out charts, like, people literally going into a program and, like, showing how the fight will progress based on, like, where it'll be at pull 10 seconds after pull, 15 seconds after pull, and so on. And, like, how we want to get positioning, so that like everything can fall into place. I mean, that's already been happening for Magmadar. I mean, there's probably like 3 pages worth of text on Magmadar. On Gar, it's very similar.
So much can go wrong.
Gar is even farther along with understanding, like, okay, how are we going to be positioned as a raid? It's incredibly well prepared, and I think that given the precedent that Ompi has already set as a raid lead and like making sure that we are prepared, I can't imagine that we would end up going through with Mag or Gar if that weren't the case.
I'll just have to trust him.
I fully agree. I fully agree. I think, and I think the only thing that could stop us from pulling Mag or Gar is good players dying. And this is no offense to anyone. Good players is I don't want to make anyone seem like they're not in the raid. They're not good. But more core raid spots dying is the only thing that I think could change enough math to make it be like, okay, we're not going anymore. Because as long as we have people that could pump the numbers, the math works out. We're doing it.
I want to go back to. I'm pretty sure Ompi said this when we were clearing bosses, or it was the trash week, the first trash week. Someone asked, like, what are we looking at for? We do Lucy Gehennas week 1. That was settled. And then it was like week 2. Do we do the first 4 bosses? And I swear he said this, is we are only killing Magmadar once in our career, because you don't need to kill him until we need to kill Rag, because you have to douse. So I'm just like, why is that not the case anymore? Because that sounded like a sound piece of advice to me.
That's very sound logic.
I think math could have changed, right?
We will never.
I mean, unless
Mag,
like
we will lose people on Mag.
Yeah, like my first reaction is to say, well, he wants to like battle test our strategy and make sure that like when it's go time, we're gonna be safe. But I don't know, Lesmos, I feel like you coined a pretty good phrase in rebuttal to that. Like, we don't attempt bosses.
Yeah.
we only kill them.
Yeah.
So like, what's the point in testing a strategy? If it's gonna get people killed, it's gonna get people killed. Whether it happens now or later, you're just doubling the opportunity for something to go wrong.
That's what I'm saying.
But yeah, other than greeting out for
gear,
those aged core leather gloves, so Bobker tactics can go daggers for some reason. I don't.
What's the super salamander pants? Maybe I don't even know what those drop off.
I mean,
I'm thinking it might be like a quick strike ring for a tank or something like that.
Yeah.
Gar's
maybe tier pieces, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Because I do think that
I'll be there. I'll fight him, but
like for Domo specifically, having more tier pieces for the tanks, for the warriors specifically,
mitigation,
is going to be real important. Because we have been working for weeks now on getting the fire resist sets for tanks.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to cover us on Get In and Rag. But I don't know, even with 0.5 gear, your mitigation is only going to go so far.
So Ompi actually just went live, so we might be able to ask him and get a response after stream. I think we're gonna host him eventually, and we're gonna.
Everyone just spam. Why are we killing Mag? Why are we killing Mag?
So we can. Oh, you know who's in his group? We got Seki in the group, who he probably feels good about that, because that was one of the persons who always is logged in and asking for groups and not getting the spot. So
Seki finally got the spotlight. Let's go.
Calamity and Joey are in the group again. They're doing.
What are they doing? Ooh, little Skolo.
That's fun.
He's doing multi runs of it as well. So is Sky Skying XD is a mage, right?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
Sky King, sorry. Yeah.
Sky King. Yeah.
Sky King.
All right. Well.
They were in a clip where they almost died. I forget what it was, but they're in some tight spots.
Oh yikes.
Mages have been in precarious situations, but we're slippery in dungeons.
Comes with the territory.
Yeah.
Gentlemen.
Yeah, I think that was good.
It was good.
Good work.
Over half hour. I don't want to keep only too long. It is the holidays, and he's got a level 50 to get, right? Are you 50 already?
I got 50 last night.
Oh my god.
I've got Tenaris to finish up, and I think I'm going to be doing Searing Gorge today, trying to hit 52. But I do have, Crimbus stuff to do.
Your
We'll see if that plan goes well.
TTB's only blacksmith, right? Just totally fully spelled out.
Yeah, only blacksmith. Yeah, that's
Guys,
the one.
Easy.
Go follow the boy. All right, this
Yo,
guy's on the grind. Thank you for joining us as well. I mean, everyone knows who you are. You've been everywhere. You're a huge part of the community.
That's true.
But
I do have a famous death clip.
that's not what I meant, and you know it. But yeah,
Your stream's been
the
popping
boy-
off lately. Even
he's grinding to 60 again on his second priest, running it back, and I'm sure he'll be live either later today or whenever. But feel free to give him some love, follow him up and whatnot, and learn from the best to do it.
Hey, and thank you both for having me. This was a lot of fun. Who knew that a good idea would occur at 3 a.m. for you?
True, we
It's
were like,
midnight for me.
You were like, hey, you guys are going live tomorrow, right? And we're like, yeah, you want to come? He's like, wait, really?
we're like, yeah. You were like, doesn't that mess with like a plan? We're like, we don't have plans.
What plan?
There's
We just
Vex.
talked.
Vex, we did talk about you today. I'm just saying. Jalen asked, is this a weekly thing? It was a daily weekday thing. We moved it to Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then now it's kind of like we try to do it once a week because Les and I don't wake
We're
up
getting
in
there.
time.
What, do you have jobs or something?
I do, but it can't use that as an excuse because we played it at 8 in the morning and my job starts at 4 p.m. So
I'm off from work for the next 11 days. I'm gonna have like 560s. Just not gonna
to answer that question though, yes, it's kind of a weekly thing. All the VODs go up on YouTube as well. Feel free to do !YouTube and you can find all of our videos there in case you miss it live on Twitch. Because who knows when we actually go live on Twitch.
Yeah, it's a wild card anymore.
But,
it's a crapshoot.
We're gonna kick it here, guys. Enjoy your holidays. If you celebrate Christmas, happy Christmas, Merry Christmas tomorrow. If not, enjoy the rest of your holidays, guys. We're gonna host Ampy, the raid leader, and everyone go bug him about why we're doing mag, so we can get an answer out of him. Okay?
Yeah,
Bye,
yeah.
everybody.
Cheers.
All right.